but you get to choose who you're going to be. And Gideon had to make the same choice. Was he going to be a farmer or was he going to be a warrior?
Mm.
And he
Yep.
saw himself as a farmer. That's why God said, "Go deliver them." He's like, "I can't. Like, I'm a farmer. I'm threshing wheat
Right.
in a wine press because I'm scared. I'm a coward." And so he had to make a choice. Gideon said he was a farmer. God said, "You're a warrior." And it's like, who are you gonna believe? Are you gonna live into who you say you are? Or are you gonna live into who God says you are? Because if you live into who you say you are, that's gonna be that's gonna be a challenge. That's gonna be something where it's like you're gonna feel the conviction. You're gonna feel the challenge. You're gonna feel all of these different things that are not in alignment with the Lord. But when you step into that boldness and you don't have to do anything crazy. You don't have to like run into the office and start screaming like Jerry Maguire or something like that. Like, just when God puts the nudge on your heart, you say it and
Yep.
you share it. And what happens is every time you take action, you're defeating that spirit of fear, you're defeating that spirit of timidity, and you start to take back authority. Because Jesus says he's given you authority over all the power of the enemy. You have authority over the spirit of fear, over the spirit of timidity, over the spirit of cowardice. But you got to exercise that authority. And the only way you're going to really see that happen is you got to take action on it. Because faith without works is dead, which
Mm-hmm.
when that translates to trusting in God without taking action renders your faith powerless. So this faith that we have as believers, if we don't act on it, it's powerless.
Right.
But we have a duty and a responsibility because you are the light of the world. And then Jesus says, no one lights a lamp and puts it under a basket. They light a lamp and they shine it on everyone in the room. That's so incredibly important because people are lost. And back then, when Jesus was, walking around and living life, the lamp in the middle of the room was so incredibly important because life back then, when there was no lights, there was no light pollution. So if the moon wasn't out, it was pitch black in a home. Like pitch black. You couldn't see your hand in front of you because there's zero light pollution. There's no street lamps, there's no, city lights. It was as dark as it could get. And so that lamp on the stand in the center of a room was so important because without that lamp, no one could see what they were doing. Nobody
Mm.
can function. And so you're the lamp at your work. And there's 100 people that are walking around lost in the darkness. And it's like you either get to turn your flame down or you get to turn your flame up. And it's up to you. But when you turn that flame up, there are going to be some people who are like, oh, that's too bright. Turn that off. Like,
Mm-hmm.
ugh, they're vampires. And then there's going to be people who are like, oh, I can finally see. Wow, that's amazing. You know what? You struggle with that. I never saw that before. I never even thought about that. And you overcame that by you read the Bible? Wow, or you go to church? Can I come with you one day? Like, because you become the light for them and they see God's light in you, and then they can start to see the things that are oppressing them and stopping them. And so that light, that lampstand in the center of the room was so incredibly pivotal. Without that, no one could do anything. Nobody can function. And so God has chosen you to be that light. You are the light, and He's going to place you on a lampstand, which raises you above everything else in the room so people can see your light. This is why the enemy attacks you and he doesn't want you to be seen. Because when
Mm.
you turn that light on, you're going to change lives and you're going to save souls.